Yeah, I mean, I've been there from the beginning. I started working with Volcom before they started making the movie, and pretty soon we got rolled into it. So it's been a couple of years in the making. Yeah, I've shot all the skate action stuff throughout the movie, pretty much majority of the trips, and then obviously shooting a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, and always having a camera of some sort, you know, in my hand. So photography is probably taking more of my time now than the actual physical act of skateboarding. I can barely move, so barely walk. It's easier to actually roll around than to walk, so yes. I mean, I've always shot photos, but I think a turning point was more or less of this photo I shot of my buddy Oscar. He was doing a kickflip nose grind on his rail, and I was like, I should shoot a sequence of this trick to be able to tell the story. But I didn't have a sequence camera, so I set up the lights, trying to shoot stills of it, and I think it took him 17 goes to land the trick, and it took me 17 frames to get the frame. The one he made is perfect, you know, back foot catch, whatever, and actually, like, it works. Like, okay, this one photo tells the story of this trick that I thought I should shoot a sequence of. I sent that to the mag and they printed it, and once I saw it in print, I was like, okay, this could work. Like, holy shit, like, I got my photo printed in a magazine. Like, first was obviously being a skateboarder, and part with that comes documenting it. Like, with your friends, you're just, I don't know what it is that it's like, hey, let's shoot that. You know, you're just mucking about and filming tricks or whatever. And so it started with that. It started with video more than photos for me, like way early. And then it wasn't until I was on tour filming for Sorry, Skin was shooting the trip in Florida, and I was rooming with him, and he was whatever, playing with the cameras and shooting the whole trip. And I was like, hey, I want to do this. Like, I want to get a camera. What should I get? He's like, well, I'll sell you this FM2. You can have that. I was like, all right, cool, how does it work? And he wrote down a little cheat sheet, which I wish I still had. I don't have it anymore, but A4 of how to shoot black and white, like above 500 for skating, to freeze action, blah, blah, blah. Obviously the graphical lines and the simplicity of it, it's just stripping down all the extra stuff out of it. It just keeps it a little bit more simple and just straight to the point. But then there's a time for color too. 1990, my uncle was skating. There's an older group of kids. Skateboarding was hot, late 80s. There's boards laying around, you know, the older group of kids skating around. And eventually that generation they got into other stuff, and my uncle left his board, and it was just around the house, and I kind of started playing around with it. And the new generation, my age group, started skating, and there was a couple of us, and we got into it that way. Yeah. So I ended up on Platinum at that time, but it was like there's a lot of companies there, and there's a lot of people there, and I got asked to write for a few companies, and Flip was one of them. And at that point, it just didn't work out. I just ended up with McCrank and Danny and those guys. There's multiple companies that asked me to write for them at that time. But on my first trip going to America, I went with Plan B, Platinum guys, and then that whole thing fell apart. And then luckily Flip was still interested. Like, it had only been a few months on the road for them, for a few months, and the whole thing just fell apart. And the Flip guys are like, hey, do you want to do this, you know? And off we went. Barcelona became a pretty hot spot around that time, for sure. It became a hot skate spot, and yeah, for sure, Leon, Fred Bean from there, and I think skateboarding maybe just started getting more global at that point, you know? It used to be just like California. It all happens here. All the skating happens here, all the filmmaking happens there. That's where it's from, that's where it's happening, and it's just started happening, you know? Everywhere.
Do it anywhere.
Anywhere with a piece of.
I can't remember you guys in Barcelona.
Piece of.
Let's do it.
Piece of concrete. Yeah, you can do it anywhere.
It's our world.
What up, Daan? You need a.
Let me get in there.
Do you need to sit on?
No.
No, you're fine.
We're all having fun, man.
You know.
That's good out there.
You know you're sponsored, right?
I got my freedom back.
Yeah, I mean, we are at Volcom headquarters in case you want a clean shirt. I'm sure they got one for you.
I'm fine.
You know we're on camera right now. We should maybe Hair and makeup.
I'm not on camera though. You're all up in there.
Hair and makeup.
You want to do my little hair makeup?
Yeah, hair and makeup.
I don't know if I'm ready for an interview. Look at me. I'm hammered drunk, front row.
Perfect.
I feel like Leonard Skinner's playing right now with an angel band behind them. And I'm in the front row and I'm hammered drunk.
What happened to the hammers?
No more hammers.
No more hammers? 2016. We're wrapping this tour up. We're doing London tonight, Paris, Madrid. New Balance tour next in around Spain. Madrid, Spain. New Balance.
Axel
Aqual. Kreisberg. This guy is pretty good.
This guy
is pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a Belgian.
We like this guy. That's our guy.
Belgian champion. He's from your neck of the woods. Probably Copenhagen Pro. Tried to make it there this year. It's always fun time.
I'm gonna be there, front row.
Yeah.
Hammered drunk.
No. You should go in there and win it, dude.
I can't win that.
Yeah, you can. This is Arto Saari. We're in London and we're about to kick off the Holy Stokes premiere. This is for Route 1.
Holy Stokes!
Holy Stokes.